How to write a job cover letter. Looking for a job is a long and stressful process. As time goes on, the process continues to become more troublesome. However, if you know the right tip and tricks, then there is a high chance that you will be able to come out better than your competitors. One of those tips is writing a good cover letter. Hello and welcome to our channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon. This video will show you how to write a resume, CV cover letter and get you noticed by recruiters and employers, so let us begin. During the course of the video, you will learn all the important elements that need to be included in a good cover letter. We will tell you about the kind of language you are supposed to use in a cover letter. Finally, we will tell you the things that you are not supposed to put in a cover letter. The first thing that you have to do before writing any cover letter is to research. You have to look into the specific job you are applying for. So, obviously, look at the job description, but you should also check out the company's website, the Twitter accounts of company executives, and the LinkedIn profiles of current and former employees. You shouldn't submit a generic cover letter, so doing some background study before will help you write one that stands out. It will also help you in selecting an appropriate tone. Now with the research done, it is time to write the cover letter. The first thing that you should mention is your contact details. Here's everything that you should include in the heading of your cover letter. Your name, phone number, email address, LinkedIn profile. All of this is included in your header, and usually, it should mirror the information on your CV. The next thing you should focus on is the greeting. In your research, try to find the name of the person who is responsible for hiring, and then when you write the letter, address it to them by name. You should also consider writing a standard business greeting and being with something like "Dear" or "Respected XYZ. We recommend that you avoid things like "To whom this may concern" or something to that effect. Now comes one of the most important parts of your cover letter, which is the opening. Mention the position you are applying for and where you found the posting in the first paragraph. Clearly demonstrate your enthusiasm for the position and the organization by discussing why you want to work there. Your cover letter's opening paragraph should be engaging and informative, as it will serve as the reader's initial impression of you. Now many people try to add humor here, but we recommend against that as often it fails to get the intended effect and just makes for a good first impression. Also, don't opt for a boring start like "I'm applying for Y job that I saw in Z place." Go for something more dynamic so that your letter stands out. Explain why you are the perfect fit. Now coming to the second paragraph, this will tell the reader why you are qualified for the job. In the second paragraph, briefly describe your experience and how it pertains to the position you're applying for. Highlight relevant experience, expertise, and accomplishments that make you an ideal candidate for the role. Limit yourself to no more than 2, and be sure to include concrete examples of your accomplishments and the measurable effects they had. Look for opportunities to incorporate the job posting's keywords into your cover letter. Be sure to solely highlight your most recent work history. The next thing that you have to focus on is relating your experience to the company's needs. Reiterating your interest in the position and highlighting how your prior experience makes you an asset to the firm are both great ways to start wrapping up your cover letter. If the company you're applying to is trying to enter a new market, for instance, you should emphasize your experience in that field in your cover letter and resume. The company's aims and requirements can be learned through online investigation if you are unsure of what to write in this part. Notice what they're selling, how they treat their employees, and if they have any plans for the future. The advertisement for the position is also a good location to learn about the employer's needs. Now one thing to mention here is that you should take care not to go overboard with the flattery and don't say anything that you do not mean. Remember that everyone respects honesty and authenticity. Don't let your immaturity or lack of professionalism ruin your message. Think about the kind of phrasing that the recruiter would use with one of the company's clients as a rule of thumb. Show your motivation to join the company. Finally, in the final paragraph of your cover letter, you should briefly explain to the hiring manager why you are interested in specifically working for their firm and not somewhere else. Restate your interest in and qualifications for the position. Avoid dragging out the finish of your cover letter by saying more than you need to indicate how you hope to hear from the employer. Sign off at the bottom to conclude. Hopefully, if you follow all the things that we have told you, your cover letter will be a hit and might even land you the job that you always wanted. So, that is all the time we had today. If you want to learn more about the required skills to get your dream job, then do subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to receive instant notification about our newest videos. See you all next time. How to write a resume or CV. Nowadays, getting into the job market is an intense struggle. There is so much competition that even getting to an interview seems like an uphill battle. Well, there are things that you can do to make that battle more accessible, and one of those is coming up with the right sort of resume. Hello and welcome to our channel. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. This video will show you how to write a resume, CV cover letter and get you noticed by recruiters and employers, so let us begin. During the course of the video, you will learn what research needs to be done before you write your resume, how to choose the right resume template and layout, what should you include in your resume, how to highlight your work experience and the relevant skills and keywords so you can easily noticed by the recruiter. The first thing that you have to do with any resume is to select the right sort of format. In the world of resumes, you can choose from the chronological, functional, or combined form, sometimes called a combination resume. The majority of job applicants are better off with a hybrid CV, which highlights both talents and employment experience. A functional or chronological resume, however, may be more appropriate in certain scenarios. It all depends on the sort of job you are applying to. Go online or ask a professional for help. You can even reach out to current employees on LinkedIn and ask them for help and advice about what sort of format is going to set you apart from the crowd. The next thing that you have to do is to set the best of layout. Remember that the first thing any recruiter is going to notice about your resume is its layout. You have to make the resume seem organized and to the point. Your goal should be to make the employer interested in what you have to say about yourself. If you are not doing that, then there is no point in sending out resumes. So, always remember to keep your resume restricted to a single page. We would only recommend that you go for a 2-page resume, if you think that all you have written is going to add value. Also, make sure that there is ample white space, clear section headings, and easy to read font. You should also think about whether you want to use a free resume template with a classic design, or a more contemporary one. You should probably stick with the first option if you intend to work in a more traditional field like law, banking, finance, etc. In contrast, you can get more creative if you're applying to a tech company, which typically values originality and creativity. So, now that we have talked about the layout and format, the next important thing is obviously the content. The first thing that should be included in your resume is your contact information. You won't get very far if the HR manager can't reach you via email, even if you nail everything else on the application. Always verify the accuracy of the information listed under contact information by checking it twice, and preferably 3 times. It should include things like your name, phone number, address, email address, and a URL to your LinkedIn profile. With contact information out of the way, it is time to put in your professional resume summary. Your resume should begin with a summary statement that briefly describes your qualifications and experience in the professional world. The summary section of your resume should elaborate on your headline by explaining to recruiters and hiring managers why you are the best candidate for the position. Not all resume summaries are created equal. Instead, you might elaborate on your work history and your skills, or even compose a killer objective statement if you don't have a lot of experience in the field you're applying to. Next up is your work experience. This part is perhaps one of the most important aspects of your CV, and could be a deciding point in you getting a job. The standard format for this is that your job title or position goes on top of the work experience entry. You want the HR manager to be able to glance at your resume and realize that you have the necessary experience for the position. Then, you'll need to give the name of the company and the address of the office, where you currently or once worked. You may also want to provide a quick description of the company if it is not a well-known one. Next, you also need to provide the timeline of your employment, that is, the number of years or months that you have worked in the position you just stated. You don't have to be exact down to the day, but you should be quite close. Dates should be presented in the format, as this is the norm used by most employers and recruiters. This becomes even more relevant when companies use specific software to scan the best CVs. After you have put in your work experience, you must list down any relevant skills or keywords that are going to be noticed by the recruiter. After all, these guys skim through hundreds of different CVs, and they are looking for the right sort of abilities. Please note that almost all of the Fortune 500 utilize ATSs to organize and find potential employees. To save time, some applicant tracking systems, ATSs, can evaluate your resume and rate it based on how well it matches the job posting. Resume keywords like customer service, accounts receivable, and Adobe Photoshop are common targets for recruiters' keyword searches. Including the most relevant term, the job title, in the headline of your resume is a great first step in making a good first impression. If you're making use of a hybrid resume, You can additionally include a skills section. As for keywords, you will first have to read through the job description to find the things that recruiters are looking for, and then put these skills in as keywords. Finally, add your education and certifications. Include your education on your resume if the position you're applying for demands a degree. After a few years in the workforce, the education part of your CV can be shrunk to a footnote. If you have recently graduated from college, your education part should be longer and more in-depth than your work experience section. The knowledge and abilities acquired in the classroom are genuine and applicable in the working world. Recent grades can bolster their application by detailing relevant courses taken, clubs or groups they've participated in, and other activities they've participated in. Oh, and don't forget to put in any awards or accolades that you may have won. Nobody hates a winner, now. Do they? One last thing, do a proper grammar check on your CV, as no recruiter is going to hire someone who can even write sentences properly. Finally, just optimize your CV according to the job you are looking for and you will be good to go. So, that is all the time we had today. If you want to learn more about the required skills to get your dream job, then do subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to receive instant notification about our newest videos. See you all next time. Interviews are always hard, you are worried, things keep slipping your mind, and let us not forget the pressure of seeing that dozens of other people are applying for the job. However, there are a number of things that you can do that might let you get ahead of the competition. One of them is dressing sharply. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. During this video you will learn how both men and women can dress for an interview. Best tips for both formal and casual interview settings. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. 65% of the hiring managers feel a candidate's appearance can be the determining factor between two otherwise equal applicants, and initial impressions account for 55% of all hiring decisions. In order to impress the interviewer, it's vital to research to get to know as much as possible about the organization and dressing code. The business's website has a wealth of information that is sure to be useful to you. It will tell you whether to dress formally for an office setting or more casually for a more relaxed atmosphere if there are pictures of the staff. The best thing to do if you have any doubts is to call and ask about the business's dress code. It is common for companies to exclude information about a candidate's dress sense from letters, because they like to form their own opinions about it. So, let us begin by talking about the appropriate attire for men. It is crucial to look presentable when applying for any position. It's fine to be yourself, but try to stay away from garish accessories like character ties or busy prints. Generally, a business formal appearance is expected of interviewees. It is crucial to get the details correct when interviewing for a position with a company that requires business formal attire. For men, this means wearing a chino or a trouser, a button-up shirt with a collar, polished leather shoes with matching socks, and a briefcase or satchel to carry your resume and documents. Oh, and do not forget to get a haircut and trim your beard if you have one. For a more relaxed office setting, you can go for something more business casual. Dressing in business casual is a compromise between the formality of a suit and the more relaxed nature of a t-shirt and shorts or a dress and sandals. Before assuming business or casual is appropriate, you should check the dress code. Don't hesitate to phone the office and inquire with the administrative coordinator or the interview scheduler if you have any questions. Usually, business casual includes a trouser, collared polo or button shirt, and maybe even causal loafers. With startups, things become a little more casual. If you're interviewing for a startup, you can get away with wearing jeans if they're clean and without any holes or frayed seams. You want to appear fashionable rather than slovenly, and it's wise to make an effort to look more put together than the current staff. Let's take a look at what ladies should wear. In general, interview fashion for women in corporate professions is more sophisticated and varied than it is for males because of the greater availability of options. If you're going out in a dress or skirt, you might have to consider whether or not pantyhose is required. So, for formal interviews, if you are going for a skirt, pick one that is of a dark color. If you go for tights, make sure that there are no holes or ladders. Oh, and skirt length is important, make sure that it is knee length. For the top, go for solid colors, and a tailored jacket looks better than a loose-fitting one. If you like pants, then go for a pantsuit. Also, don't go overboard on the makeup, and accessories should be kept to a minimum. If you are going for a casual interview, the goal is to look neat, and mostly the things that we said for the formal interview apply. Like knee-length skirts, no low-cut shirts, and neat tights. But one thing that is different is that you can accessorize more than regular, so you can add a personal touch. Obviously, tattoos and body piercings need to be covered. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know the best attire for an interview? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. How to excel during an interview. Getting through an interview isn't easy. There are so many things to consider, and very few people succeed on the first try. However, if you do certain things right, you're almost certain to get a call back. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we will show you how to excel in interviews. So, let us begin. During the course of the video you will learn the best way to prepare for an interview. How to lead the interview. What to do if the interviewer has any doubts. The importance of body language. The first thing to do before any interview is research. Most interviewees have some familiarity with the field and the organization they're interviewing at before they even apply. However, being aware is only the beginning. To fully grasp the company's core beliefs and ethos, you must do some serious investigating. Become familiar with their strengths, future goals, and current standing in the market. Success on their part is crucial to your future. You should learn about them not because you have to, but because you absolutely must. Get as up to date as possible about their triumphs and failures. Be sure to look at the profiles of the top executives as well. These days, you can learn a lot about someone by doing a quick search on a social media site like Facebook or LinkedIn to see what kind of content they've shared about themselves, and what kind of things they enjoy and dislike. You'll have a much easier time standing out from the crowd. After the research, you need to prepare. Write down the most typical interview inquiries. Additionally, write down the types of questions you're expecting to receive from a business perspective. Seek the most appropriate solutions. Look online for the best explanations for your basic inquiries. Change the wording to make it sound more like you. None of your responses should sound like they were read from a script. Another thing to remember is that you need to lead the interview. You should put in a lot of practice time to learn how to plant seeds in your replies that will steer the interview in your direction, instead of the interviewers. Including intriguing final phrases can help achieve this effect. The interviewer will ask the question on the spur of the moment after becoming intrigued by the respondent's answer to the previous inquiry. Be yourself. You should now be prepared to answer questions and should do so with a smile and understated delight. Try to come across more naturally in your delivery. If you are successful, you will be able to take control of the interview without the interviewer even realizing it was hijacked. However, it is essential that you do not take over the discussion. After all, you can't come off as arrogant or a little obtrusive. You could possibly add phrases that would lead to the sort of questions you want to be asked, like, "I noticed XYZ problems in my team, and ultimately dealt with them along with my team." The interviewer would be intrigued and would ask you to elaborate on the problems and how you dealt with them. Oh, and don't forget to anticipate doubts and suspicion from the interviewer. Interviewers often have a generalized picture of the kind of person they're looking for in mind as they sift through a large pool of applicants. So, it's important to learn why they could reject a candidate and what questions they might have. Interviewers often quickly exclude applicants who raise such concerns. If you don't act in that way, you'll have a huge advantage over the competition. Likewise, try to envision yourself in their position. Find out what they don't like about you, or why they wouldn't choose you. Try to think of a more effective response or correction of conduct that will help with these concerns. Another important thing to remember is that you need to have positive body language. Consider it your first impression. Show off your self-assurance and positive attitude. Take the questions in stride and answer them honestly and modestly. The outcome of the last interview could be a mystery to you. So, spreading joy through your outward demeanor is a great way to influence those around you. Only by retaining a happy mental attitude can you expect to project a similarly upbeat physical demeanor. Nervousness and bad ideas can be wiped away with a positive attitude. Don't close your eyes and ears. Try not to boast. Relax and keep your optimistic outlook. Don't squirm or wriggle around, be composed. Keep your arms close to your sides, facing the interviewer, and don't stretch out if you start to feel relaxed. Always be on the lookout for the interviewer and make eye contact with them whenever possible. Oh, and one last thing, do not be late. Showing up late for an interview reflects poorly on you. It's a sign that you have little regard for other people's time or your own. In addition, interviewers will often stick to a set timetable because they need to evaluate numerous applicants in a limited amount of time. So, that is all the time we had today. If you want to learn more about the required skills to get your dream job, then do not forget to subscribe to our channel, and do hit the bell icon to receive instant notification about our newest videos. See you all next time. Do you have trouble with job interviews? Do you find it hard to answer interview questions in a short, clear way? How can you show the interviewer that you are the best person for the job? The STAR interview response method can help make the process easier. Using this method of answering interview questions allows you to share concrete examples of how you successfully handled situations at work, to show that you possess the experience and skills required for the job you are interviewing for. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video, where I will be showing you the STAR technique for answering interview questions and examples of how to use it best. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. What is the STAR technique? The STAR method is an interview technique that gives you a clear way to tell a story by laying out the situation, task, action, and result. It is a strategy that is helpful when answering questions that focus on your skills. What is the STAR interview response method? The STAR method is a way to answer behavioral questions in an interview. In a behavioral interview, you are asked about how you have acted in the past. In particular, they ask about how you have dealt with certain situations at work. Employers who use this method look at the job and write down the skills and traits that high-level performers in that job have shown. Because a person's past performance can be a good indicator of how they will do in the future, interviewers ask these questions to find out if the candidate has the skills and experiences needed to do well in the job. For example, an employer might want to see proof of your ability to solve problems, your analytical skills, your creativity, your willingness to try again after failing, your writing skills, your presentation skills, your teamwork orientation, your ability to manage multiple projects, or your analytical skills. STAR key concepts. STAR stands for 4 important ideas. Each idea is a step a job candidate can take when answering a behavioral interview question. If the job candidate does all 4 steps, he or she will give a full answer. So, how do you answer interview questions using STAR technique? Situation. Describe the setting of a job you did or a challenge you faced at work. For instance, you might have been working on a group project or had a disagreement with a coworker. This situation can come from a job, a volunteer job, or anything else that is relevant. Be as clear as you can. Task. Next, explain what your role was in that situation. You might have had to help your group finish a project on time, settle a disagreement with a coworker, or reach a sales goal. Action. Next, you explain how you did the task or tried to meet the challenge. Don't worry about what your team, boss, or coworkers did. Instead, think about what you did. Result. Finally, describe what happened as a result of what you did. You might find it helpful to talk about what you did or what you learned. How to prepare for an interview using STAR. Since you won't know in advance how your interviewer will ask you questions, it's best to prepare a few different scenarios from jobs you've had. Make a list of what the job needs. First, write down the skills and/or experiences that the job you're applying for asks for. You might find it helpful to look at the job listing and other job listings that are similar to see what skills or qualities are needed or preferred. Then, you can compare your skills to those listed in the job ad. Write down some examples. Then, think about specific times when you've used those skills. Name the situation, the task, the action, and the result for each example. Find a job that fits your skills. Make sure that the examples you choose are as close as possible to the job you're interviewing for. Prepare a response. Prepare a short answer for each example. Describe what's going on, explain your task, talk about what you did and share your result. A STAR method example. If the interviewer says, "Tell me about a time when you had to be very strategic in order to meet all of your top priorities," your response might be, situation, I was working as a retail manager at a department store. A customer purchased a dress online and had it delivered to the store. One of my associates accidentally put the dress out on the floor, where another customer immediately purchased it. Task, I knew I needed to make this right for the customer to meet my own service level standards, and to uphold the reputation of the company. Action, before calling the customer to let her know about the mistake, I located the same dress at another store location nearby. I ordered it to be pressed and delivered to her home the next morning, along with a gift card to thank her for her understanding. Result, the customer was so thankful, she wrote us a 5-star review on several review sites. At first, the STAR interview method might seem like a lot to handle. But with a little planning and strategy, you'll soon see behavioral interview questions less as a burden, and more as a chance to show off how great you are. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. What do you think about the STAR technique? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. Would you like to know how to describe yourself in an interview? You will usually be asked to tell the interviewer something about yourself during a job interview. If this question makes you nervous, don't worry. Although it's not an easy question to answer, we'll give you some tips and examples to get you started. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. During this video, I will be showing you how to describe yourself in an interview when asked the popular question, "Tell me about yourself." Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. When you talk about yourself in an interview, you should be honest and humble, but also appear confident in your abilities. Most interviewers ask this question to find out who you are, and how you view yourself. Here are some questions and how to answer them. How flexible and resourceful would you say you are? Describe yourself as flexible and resourceful. For example, I like to think that I'm very adaptable and creative. Even if things change at the last minute, I can make changes and still meet tight deadlines. My schedule was always changing at my last job, so I had to be very flexible. In spite of the chaos, I always finished my work on time. You should only say something like this in an interview if you've done research on the job, and know what you're getting yourself into. It shows the interviewer that you can handle the stress that comes with things changing all the time. What do you think are the most important things about you? Talk about how you fit into a team. For example, I'm good at talking to people, paying attention to details, and doing a lot of different things. I like to think of myself as someone who helps the team. I don't mind working on projects by myself, but I would rather work with other people. You must have looked into the company and found out that the way people work there is based on community, groups, and teamwork. If that's the case, let the interviewer know that you can work well in that culture, and that you also like to hang out with people outside of it. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Talk about your skills and experience. For example, I'm an expert in my field. Because of my years of experience, I do my tasks with extreme care. Also, I prefer to maintain a highly professional atmosphere. In all of my communications, I am quite direct, but I also take care not to offend anyone. Interviewers want reassurance that you have the necessary skills for higher technical employment. Therefore, be specific and clear when presenting your experience and knowledge. What would you say about yourself? Describe yourself as a constant learner. For example, I enjoy learning new stuff. I'm always proactive about looking for new possibilities to advance and improve in my career, since I believe that learning more about my area or any subject is a lifelong process. If you're being interviewed for a job where you might not have enough experience but you're willing to learn, say this response. Make sure you are prepared with examples that demonstrate how proactive you have been with your studies. What do you consider to be your most valuable qualities? Describe yourself as a people person. For example, I'm a people person who enjoys getting to know new people and finding out about their lives, and that is my most valuable quality. Even if I have to think outside the box to achieve it, I always manage to find something in common with everyone. Having a team member you can count on to put your clients at ease, and who is also emotionally intelligent to mend or improve relationships within the team is always beneficial. I take pride in possessing those qualities. In the middle of an interview, the most important traits question is frequently posed. If they're searching for a people person, it's a good idea to be prepared with a response that complements that quality. When you think about yourself, what words come to mind? Present yourself as confident but not arrogant. For example, I'm a responsible, open person that values honesty. Even though I'm not in a leadership position, people frequently turn to me for advice because of my confidence in these qualities. Even if I don't have the solution, I am confident that I can direct someone to it. When this question is posed, respond with a brief explanation of the context surrounding your word choice. In this circumstance, you are not required to just use descriptive language before ceasing to talk. Throughout their careers, the majority of individuals attend interview after interview, whether for a position upgrade or change. And you just might not perform well in each one. But you can apply these techniques in the interview setting, and leave a long-lasting impression on your interviewer, if you are prepared, optimistic, and confident. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you can describe yourself in an interview better now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. During the interview process, you might be asked to talk about your strengths and weaknesses. However, a lot of people don't know how to answer this question. But, if you set the right scene, you can give hiring managers an honest, well thought out answer that shows both how self-aware you are, and how professional you are. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. During this video, you will learn what are the best ways to answer an interview question about your strengths and weaknesses. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. Why do employers ask about strengths and weaknesses? When a hiring manager asks you about your strengths and weaknesses, they are trying to figure out how self-aware you are. Do you know where you can improve, and if so, what steps have you taken? The interviewer also wants to know why you think your strengths are your best and how they can help you in the job you're applying for. Preparing ahead of time for an interview question about your strengths and weaknesses is a good use of your time before the interview. Even if you aren't asked about your strengths and weaknesses directly, writing out your answer to this common question will give you a straightforward but compelling description of what you bring to the table, and how you want to grow in the future. How to answer the question. In order to discuss your strengths and weaknesses effectively, you need to be honest, tell a story, add insight, and keep it short. How to answer what are your weaknesses? You might be asked about both your strengths and weaknesses in the same question or in two different questions. If you're asked about both your strengths and weaknesses at the same time, talk about your weakness first, so you can end on a good note. When talking about your flaws, give examples from your skills, habits, or personality traits. Depending on the job you're interviewing for, you may want to choose which one to focus on. Read the job description again to find out what might be most important for this role. A formula for discussing weaknesses. It's easy to figure out how to get your answer. First, say what you're bad at. Second, give more background information and a specific example or story of how this trait has shown up in your work life. That context will show potential employers how self-aware you are, and how committed you are to professional growth. Context, tell a story, add an insight and highlight the results. An example of how to answer what are your weaknesses. Context, math wasn't my strongest subject in school. To be honest, as a student, I didn't understand how it would be applicable in my adult life. Tell a story, within a few years of being in the working world, though, I realized that I wanted to take my career in a more analytical direction. At first, I wasn't sure where to begin, but I found some free online courses that refreshed the important basics for me. In my most recent job, this new foundation has enabled me to do my own goal setting and tracking. Add an insight and highlight the results. Actually, getting over the math anxiety, I had when I was younger has been incredibly empowering. How to answer what are your strengths? Many people find it surprising how hard it is to talk about their strengths in an interview. It's hard to find a balance between being humble and coming across as confident. Use the job description as a guide when deciding which of your strengths to highlight, and use the same formula as for weakness. Context plus story plus insight and results. When giving a background for your personal strengths, talk about the things that make you qualified for the job and set you apart as a candidate. An example of how to answer what are your strengths. Context: I'm an empathetic person who's skilled at relating to people and making them feel heard. Tell a story. In one memorable instance from earlier this year, I was on a support call with a customer whose contract we had terminated. Reinstating the service agreement would have increased her rates dramatically. She was understandably upset and felt trapped because she couldn't be without car insurance for her and her family. It became clear very quickly that we couldn't meet her needs, but I wanted her to walk away with a favorable impression of the service we had provided. I talked her through some of her other options, even letting her know of other providers who might be able to offer her a lower rate, so she could avoid a lapse in coverage. In the feedback survey from that interaction, she specifically mentioned that she would still be recommending our services to others. Add an insight and highlight the results. In my career in customer support, I've had many interactions like this. They are complex but end with the customer still feeling positive. As you plan your answer, keep these other do's and don'ts in mind. Don't be too humble or put yourself down. Do highlight one or two important traits that are directly related to the role. Don't list multiple, vague strengths. Do give specific, relevant examples to back up your answer. Don't be cocky, exaggerate your strengths, or lie about what you can do. Do make sure that your strengths match the job description and set you apart as a candidate. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you can answer the question better now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. Never say these things at work. Be professional. Many of us spend most of our time at work. When you spend that much time in one place, it's easy to relax and forget how to act in the office. It's your career, your job. Having friends and people you can talk to at work can be a good thing, but you should always act professionally at work. In today's video, we'll give you some guidance on what you shouldn't say at work. Don't say these simple, career-killing phrases, or you could lose some friends and hurt your professional reputation. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. Number 1. This is how we've always done it. Even if you're right, what other people hear, and they might be your bosses, is that you don't like change. People can't make progress if they aren't even open to the idea of making things different. Remember that just because your company has always done things one way doesn't mean that it's the best way. Instead, ask, what are the benefits of trying this new way? They should be able to tell you why the new way is better if it is. If you don't agree with the current method, this is your chance to explain why. Number 2. This won't take more than a second or minute. This is like getting hit twice. In the first place, it's not true. It never happens. Even saying this won't take long is a lot better. Second, when you ask someone to do something for you, saying this will automatically override any objections and show that what you have to say or show is more important than what the other person is working on. Be careful not to get in the way of someone else's work. Instead, you could say, let me know when you have a few minutes to talk. I have something to show you. This is a more professional way to act at work, and it gives the other person a say in whether or not now is the best time to talk. Number 3. That is not my job. Everyone has been through it. The boss gives you a task that is either below your pay grade or has nothing to do with what you do. But when you say, that's not my job, you show that you're not a team player. Try to think about these situations in a different way for proper office etiquette. Instead of thinking about how annoying it is to do something you don't think is your job, think of it as a chance to show how flexible you are, and how willing you are to work together. Instead, say, sure. I'm not sure if I've ever done that, but I'll do it for you. Take advantage of the chance to step out of your comfort zone and grow your career. Number 4. That's not fair. The world isn't fair. Saying this at work is not a professional move, and it makes you look like a child. If you are given more work than the other people in your group, think of it as a chance to stand out. But if things are really unfair and you feel like you are being treated badly, you may need to talk about it in a nice way. Sitting down with your boss is always better than complaining to other people at work. Instead, say, "Could we set aside some time to talk about how I did?" Most of the time, a meeting to talk about performance will help clear the air and make it easier to work together in the future. Number 5. I will try. I will try is pretty much the same as I can't do it. This seems like a passive-aggressive thing to say, whether you're short on time or have other problems. You're saying that you've been given an impossible task, but you'll do it anyway. The boss doesn't want to hear that. Either give it your best, honest effort, or talk about what you could do instead if it's really impossible. Instead, say, "I might need some help to meet that deadline, but I'll get this done." It's honest, but it also says you'll get it done. Number 6. My boss drives me crazy. It's easy to think that your coworkers are on your side, but you never know when you've told the wrong person how you feel about them. You'd be surprised at how quickly something like this gets passed around an office. Once it gets back to your boss, which it will, you'll either have to have a hard talk with him or he or she will just forget about you. It could even get you fired from your job. Also, it might not be your boss's fault. Are you trying your hardest? Say this instead: "You and your boss seem to get along very well. What are you hiding?" Take the chance to improve your ability to get along with people at work and your office manners. Number 7. How old are you? It happens very often. When you find out how old a coworker is, you can't believe it. But this is a difficult situation. If they're younger than you thought, you've just said they look older, even though you were wrong. If they are older than you thought, you have given a hint about how old they are or how much experience they have. Not awesome. Instead, say, "I'm very impressed by how much you know, how long you've been around." Leave age out of the workplace if you want to act professionally. Don't forget that the office is where you work and that you need to act professionally. Even if you feel close to your coworkers or boss, it's best to watch what you say, so that everything you say helps your professionalism and doesn't hurt it. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know what you shouldn't say at work? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. A small business's success depends on how well its employees work together and work as a team at all levels. Employees who don't work together as a team are less likely to reach business goals and initiatives, and a negative and disruptive environment can develop at work. In today's video, we'll discuss some attributes associated with good and bad teamwork. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. A team, or a work team, is a group of people with complementary skills who work together to achieve a specific goal. Members of a working group work independently and meet primarily to share information and ideas. Key characteristics of good versus bad teamwork. Number 1. Sharing ideas. A good team shares good ideas and thoughts, while a bad team gossips, talks about problems, and blames one another. A good team learns from its mistakes, shares and uses new ideas, and maintains a positive attitude. Whenever bad teams fail, they tend to blame each other. Number 2. Celebrating success. A good team encourage each other and get ideas from one another's successes, while a bad team are always envious of other people's successes. Good teams maintain healthy levels of competition. Bad team members get upset when other people do well. Number 3. Commitment. A good team works together to achieve its goals, while a bad team focuses on its own self-interest. A good team knows that commitment is essential to success. The bad team doesn't make any promises. Number 4. Taking risks. A good team will take on high-risk challenges, while a bad team will not plan together and lose games. Leaders of good teams are always those who are willing to take risks. The leaders of bad teams, on the other hand, always find reasons not to take chances. Number 5. Growth-oriented. A good team helps its members grow, while a bad team does not care about its teammates' growth. Good team members keep each other going because it's their moral duty to help each other grow and do more and more. Teams that aren't good don't help each other grow. Number 6. Open communication. Good teams make communication easy. Teams without an open culture tend to fail. In good teams, members are always willing to talk about ideas for improvement, whereas in bad teams, members play dirty games to annoy each other. Number 7. Exploring options. As the law of attraction states, what you think becomes real. Good teammates always see opportunities in every situation, while people who are different from them always see problems. Good team members look for opportunities in every situation, while members of bad teams find ways to blame everything around them. Number 8. Learning aptitude. Good teams look for ways to learn, while bad teams look for excuses not to learn. Learning is the first step to getting what you want in life, but people on bad teams don't care about getting more information or improving their skills. Number 9. Think positively. A good team is made of people who think positively. On good teams, people talk and think positively, while on bad teams, people worry about failing. It is impossible for good things to happen when bad things are discussed and held onto on bad teams. Number 10. Negative outcomes. When people don't work well together, it can cause confusion on the team, in the department, and throughout the company. The most common signs of poor teamwork between departments include not sharing the right information, and not coordinating each other's needs. Businesses can lose money if they don't solve problems and don't take steps to fix them, such as not talking to each other or not performing as one team. A lack of a clear plan and a failure to clearly communicate goals and expectations leads to bad teamwork. A continuous feedback system on what people have done well, and how well they have done it can prevent poor teamwork and failure in a team environment. It is possible to create a productive team and company culture with strong leadership skills and the ability to resolve conflicts in a constructive manner. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know what you should do to build a good teamwork culture? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. In the 21st century, it's common knowledge that the best jobs come from having the best networks. You have probably heard this phrase before: your network is your net worth. It is obvious that networking has become much more than a buzzword. In fact, it is a powerful tool that can make or break your career. And in today's world, it has become more important than ever to maintain a strong network. Continually expanding your networking efforts can have great value and can help you in many ways, including professionally, socially, and personally, which is why in today's video we're going to talk about 7 tips to boost your networking skills at work. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. What are the ways to boost your networking skills at work? Number 1. Building long-term relationships. Building strong relationships with people over time is the key to running a business and getting a job. It's very important to offer something before you ask for help. You want to be seen as someone who has value and is a good and helpful connection to have. To build a network of professional friends, you need to be open, honest, and genuinely interested in their causes. Be more interested in their needs than your own. Ask open-ended questions and get to know them as people first and as sources of help second. Number 2. Communication. In business, the most important thing that sets successful people apart is their ability to communicate well. We all know people who are very smart but can't communicate well, which makes it hard for them to move up in their careers. People are usually willing to help when networking, but if you can't tell them what you want, they won't be able to do it. Number 3. Becoming a good listener. One of the most undervalued skills for networking that is easy to learn is how to listen. It seems counterintuitive, but you need to listen more and talk less. When listening, always maintain eye contact. Don't move your hands or feet, and don't look at your watch. All of these things show that you are bored, impatient, or not interested. Asking questions shows that you are listening and interested enough to ask one, and they keep the conversation going in the direction you want. Number 4. Ability to frame things in a positive way. Whenever you're networking, being able to show confidence or another quality in a positive way is a very useful skill. When you frame your content in a positive way, you encourage your audience to think positively as well. When you talk about your accomplishments, people can dislike you if you don't frame them in a positive way. So, instead of counting on your level of education or experience, use your tone and attitude, framed in a positive way, to give them information and ideas they can relate to. Number 5. Focusing on others' needs before your own. Most people, especially those who are just starting out in their careers, feel like they have nothing to offer people who are older or more experienced. When you see networking as a chance to find out what you can do to help other people, the situation changes. When you meet new people, think about what you can do for them instead of what they can do for you. Number 6. Ability to listen to others' feedback. You have to be pretty brave and strong to ask for feedback and then handle it. Good feedback warms your heart, but bad feedback can sometimes break your spirit. The best advice is to wait a good amount of time before reading any detailed feedback. It's easy to get emotionally attached to something you've worked hard on, so try to be objective before reviewing. But no matter what happens, you must be able to handle the feedback. Number 7. Provide value. Win-win. When thinking about how to add value while networking, pay attention to these 4 areas. Share connections. One of the most useful things you can do when networking is to connect people who can help each other. When people have the same goals or interests, put them in touch with each other. Share experiences. Part of the reason we network is to learn from people who have been in situations we haven't. Don't just think about what you know. The things you've learned from your own mistakes could help someone else avoid a lot of pain. Don't be afraid to share. Share resources. When you find a great business resource, like an article, a conference, a new piece of software, or any other professional tool, there are probably a lot of people in your network who would also benefit from knowing about it. Make it a goal to tell at least one other person about these kinds of things. Share opportunities. Lastly, find opportunities for the people in your network. When you're working on a new and interesting project, think about who in your network could help you. When you hear that a job is open at your company, think about who might be a good fit. In business, if you want to build relationships, remember to lead with a kind heart. Don't hold back. Give value when you network, and your network will give you value in the future. It can be scary to network, but it doesn't have to be hard. You'll find it much easier if you learn these skills. You'll be able to build the kind of network that will help you build a great career. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know how to build a professional relationships? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. It is likely that you will soon be doing a job that doesn't exist yet. We're not talking about making flying cars or time machines. During significant business transformations driven by technology and digitization, employers place a premium importance on non-technical skills. It is alarming that many of the most important skills are also those that employers are least confident in developing. In today's video, we will discuss 10 future skills for tomorrow. Of course, there is no crystal ball that can tell us exactly what skills will be needed and what won't. But we've come up with 10 skills we think you'll need to be successful in your future career, no matter what it is. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. Number 1. Emotional intelligence. Even though digital technologies and artificial intelligence can replace a lot of things, emotional intelligence is still something that only humans can do. In some fields, these traits are very important. It's most likely, your future job will involve working closely with other people, so you'll need to have empathy, be able to work well with others, and have great communication skills. Number 2. A creative and innovative mindset. Even though reports say that robots and automation will create more jobs than they take away, you should still work on your creativity and keep an open mind. The latest digital technologies can't easily copy natural creativity, just like they can't easily copy a good sense of how people work together. You'll be fine as long as you can think outside the box. Number 3. Cognitive flexibility. You'll need to be able to handle the many opportunities and challenges that come with the rise of digital technologies. Do you know how to deal with change and think of a lot of complicated ideas at once? If so, you have qualities that advanced multitaskers have and that employers and recruiters value highly. Number 4. Critical thinking. When you have critical thinking skills, you can think quickly, analyze problems, and find the best solutions, even if you don't know the answer right away. Not surprisingly, being able to think critically is also one of the most wanted skills in almost every industry and workplace. It's important to learn how to think critically so as to do well in the future. Number 5. Digital literacy. As the world continues to depend on high-tech technologies that change all the time, the need for people with digital skills also grows. Even though it may seem like there are a lot of digital buzzwords, being digitally literate gives you access to new technologies like artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, the Internet of Things, IoT, and data science that you didn't think were possible before. With a master's degree in AI or e-science, you can learn about data visualization and exploration, computational intelligence, and natural language technology, which can help you improve your digital skills and technical knowledge in these new fields. Number 6. Communication. Now more than ever, communication is in demand, and that won't change anytime soon. With more AI and robots in the workplace, a growing number of people working from home, and technology that lets us connect with people all over the world, it's never been more important to know how to talk, listen, and connect with each other. In the years to come, you will have an advantage over other people if you can communicate well. Number 7. Curiosity and continuous learning. Change is always going on in the world of work. This means that learning must also occur on an ongoing basis. Too often, employees still think of learning as something that has nothing to do with their jobs. Instead, they should think that their job is to learn. With a curious mind, you give yourself the chance to learn new things. Employers must support this level of curiosity by balancing the need for productivity with time for workers to learn and think. Number 8. Leadership skills. The business world is changing for sure. Some parts of leadership, like setting a goal and putting a plan into action, will stay the same, but the leader of the future will need a new set of skills and ways of thinking to be an effective leader. This is because our businesses will look and work very differently in 10 years, which means we need a different kind of leader to run them. Number 9. Collaboration. Collaboration is the way of the future at work. Collaboration is important for any business because it creates an environment where good ideas, a good work culture, and happy employees can grow. Collaboration is important for any business. It leads to better ideas, a better work environment, and happier employees. Every employee wants to be able to listen to others, share their own ideas, and start a good conversation. Number 10. Decision making. Even though robots and automation technology may be better than humans at things like math and diagnosing problems, humans will still have to deal with the subjective side of data analytics. Even though we're on the verge of the fourth industrial revolution, we'll still need someone to show the world what numbers are and what they mean. Even though there is a lot of uncertainty, we're confident that the future of work will give us many reasons to be optimistic. Even though it's likely that machines will take over some jobs, we should welcome the chance to spend more time honing and improving the skills and abilities that make us human. No one knows what job they will have in 10 years, but laying the groundwork now with an eye on the future, and the trends that are shaping technology and society will give us the best chance of making sure it will be something meaningful and rewarding. Let us know your thoughts about these future skills in the comments section. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. A successful business and career depend on effective business communication. The biggest challenge in internal communication within an organization is how to communicate with your boss and top management. In most companies, your boss holds the key to your advancement. In addition, they play a significant role in how you perceive your workplace. You may look forward to going to work every day, or you may dread it. In today's video, we're going to discuss how you can effectively communicate with your boss at work and how to address a bad boss if you have one. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. To effectively communicate with your boss, you have to try out these tips. Number 1, make what you want clear. Your boss is probably busy and doesn't have time to listen to you go on and on. Whether you're just letting them know about something or asking for permission, be clear about what you want, so he can decide quickly. Number 2, know your boss's communication choices. People have different ways they like to talk to each other. Some bosses don't mind if you stop by for a quick chat. Others would rather get an IM chat, or a calendar invite to let them know. Timing is also important. Pay attention to find a time when your boss is less busy so you can talk to them then. Number 3, be aware of your body language. When you talk to your boss, make sure your body language shows that you're sure of yourself. Keep your back straight, and don't fidget or slouch in your seat. Make sure to always look at the person and lean into the conversation. Number 4, be loyal. Try not to keep secrets from your boss that have to do with work. If you make a mistake, own up to it and say how you'll fix it. Your boss will respect you more for being honest. Number 5, rehearse the conversation. If you tend to get nervous, why not run through the conversation in your head before you talk to your boss? It will help you feel calm, in the moment, and ready for what's coming. You can't know what your boss will say, of course. But you'll have practiced getting across the points you want to make without getting sidetracked. Number 6, be solution-oriented. If you go to your boss with a problem, you should also have a way to fix it. This shows that you are responsible and can be relied on to get things done. You're letting them know about the problem and telling them you've got it under control. You're also showing that you have the skills to move up in the company. Now to how to deal with a bad boss. In a perfect world, we'd all have great bosses. Sadly, that doesn't always happen. Which is why we present you with tips on how to deal with a bad boss. Number 1, make sure you work for a bad boss. Make sure you really have a bad boss. Is there a reason for his or her behavior, or are you being too hard on him or her? When your boss does something you think is bad, try to think of the most forgiving reason why your boss did it. Is it really your boss' fault, or could it be caused by something else? Number 2, find out what drives your boss. If you know why your boss does or cares about certain things, you can figure out how he or she runs the business. If the rules are completely out of hand, try to figure out what your boss wants. Maybe your boss doesn't care that much about how long you take for lunch. But what your boss cares about is how it looks to other employees and their bosses. Number 3, don't let it affect your work. No matter how bad your boss is, you shouldn't let it affect how well you do your job. You want to keep getting along with the other company bosses and keep your job. Don't try to make things fair by working less, taking too many mental health days, or taking longer lunches. It will only make you fall further behind on your work and give your boss more reasons to fire you before you're ready. Number 4, set boundaries. Working with someone who doesn't seem to have any limits means you have to set them yourself. One of the problems with people you don't like is that they do things you don't like too. It's important to learn how to stay away from those things. Number 5, use couples therapy ideas. When you have a disagreement, you can work through it by using some of the ideas from couples therapy. Just tell your boss what he or she said back to him and ask, "Is that what you meant?" This is a common trick in couples therapy. If your boss agrees with what you said, ask your boss to tell you more. When you repeat someone's point of view back to them, you give them a chance to elaborate and, most importantly, make them feel like they were heard. Number 6, don't just assume that they know everything. Just because someone has the title manager doesn't mean they always know the right thing to do. Just because someone is in charge doesn't mean they know everything. From now on, stop thinking that the word manager means knows everything. Do you think you learned how to effectively communicate with your boss? And how to deal with a difficult boss if you have one? Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. Seven Habits of Highly Successful People. It is common to hear different ideas about how to be successful. In reality, success leaves clues, and if you pay attention to the common traits and rules, you can be successful in whatever field you choose. In today's video, we'll talk about the 7 habits of highly successful people. There are no tricks to getting ahead. It comes from planning, working hard, and learning from mistakes. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. Before we talk about the 7 habits of highly successful people, let's touch base quickly with 3 criteria that make people successful in life. Firstly, preparation. The world does not need to be perfect for you to move on. Start at the beginning and keep going. Successful people take time to achieve their goals. Preparation is the key to success. To get what you want, you have to be prepared. Prepare for the moment when you get the chance to reach your goal, and then set your sights on that goal. Secondly, hard work. The key to success is hard work. Don't listen to these ways to get rich quickly. You must build your character and work hard on yourself and your business if you want to succeed. Make sure you work hard and smart. Be sure to do the right things in the right way. Make sure you don't put things off. Take risks. Put your best foot forward and make a mark on the world. And lastly, learning from mistakes. People who are successful do not view failures as failures. These are essential lessons for them. The lessons they learn can help them avoid making the same mistakes in the future. You can't fail until you quit if you look at every failure as an opportunity to learn and try something new. Now to the 7 habits of highly successful people. Number 1. They rise early. The majority of self-made millionaires get up at least 3 hours before their day begins. Most of them use the extra time to work on personal projects, plan the next day, or exercise. The more time someone spends trying to succeed, the higher their chance of success is. Number 2. They read a lot. In general, people don't read for fun, they like biographies, history books, and books about improving their lives. Reading good books can also help you. According to science, reading for pleasure can also help your career. There are important lessons to be learned from the lives of people who went from poverty to wealth. Check out the business classic Successful People Read if you want to discover a new book to read. Number 3. They have positive attitude. Many successful people believe that having a positive attitude is a critical part of their success, not just a result. An ultra-successful person places a high value on gratitude and positive attitude. Furthermore, gratitude and a positive attitude are not enough. To achieve a deeper effect, you must also remind yourself why you are grateful. Number 4. They make it a priority to work out. Regular exercise clears your mind and gives you more drive. Exercise at least 30 minutes a day, such as jogging, biking, or walking. Business leaders who are successful work out regularly. The billionaire Richard Branson says waking up at 5 a.m. to play tennis or ride his bike has made him twice as productive. Number 5. They have a clear goal. Most self-made millionaires plan to get rich and then do so. 80% of wealthy people are obsessed with going after their goals. They often talk about both daily and long-term goals. We advise you not to put your ladder on someone else's wall because you'll spend the best years climbing it. Find your wall, dreams, and goals, and work toward them. Number 6. They are all about their people. It is your decision to be a human being. Your people are your biggest asset. People service your customers, solve problems, and help drive your success. Don't forget, 70% of people are unhappy at work. When people are unhappy, they don't give 100%. This reduced productivity and engagement leads to negative impacts on profit and growth. By getting along with your team and customers, you'll strengthen your relationship and networking. Number 7. They avoid time wasters. Rich people have more important things than just money. Time is gold, but do we act like it? Time is your most valuable asset. Nothing, not even money, can replace it, earn it, or buy it back. Life is short. It's like throwing away our hard-earned money when we waste time on online distractions, engage in meaningless discussions about things we have no control over, and drift through the day with no plan or objective. Time deserves more respect. Most people have habits, some of which are good and some of which are bad. Successful people tend to have more practices that help them do well. Good news for people who want to be successful: making good habits doesn't take more work than bad ones. Some of the best habits of successful people, like getting up early every day, don't take any extra work. Others, like maximize your time value, may take more skill and practice, but in the end, they lead to success, which everyone wants. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know what make people successful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now. The process of getting things done is never quite as glamorous as it seems. We are always talking about work productivity. It would be great if we could be more productive at work and accomplish more. In reality, the biggest difference between two employees is their ability to execute and accomplish tasks. Getting the job done is the most important responsibility of the business leader, as it is the link between aspirations and results. In today's video, we will talk about 6 tips that will help get you started on the road to be more productive. Before we continue, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Have you done that? Good, let's get started. Number 1. Make a to-do list. The easiest way to stay organized is to write down all the things you need to do, whether you use a diary, your OneNote, scrap of paper or any app. When you accomplish something on your list, there's nothing better than checking it off. Number 2. Prioritize. It is not true that all goals are created equal. In order to prioritize them, different criteria should be considered. The first is the pressure of time, and the second is the importance of the task. Prioritize your goals using the Eisenhower matrix. According to the matrix, there are 4 categories of goals. 1. Urgent and important, should be done right away. 2. Important but not urgent, do it once you have finished number 1. 3. Urgent but not important, delegate. 4. Not important and not urgent, not worth bothering with. When you prioritize goals according to Eisenhower's matrix, you will save valuable time while boosting your productivity at the same time. As a result, you will be able to accomplish tasks more quickly and efficiently. Number 3. Build your own routine. It's not true that routine means doing the same thing over and over again. We all know how boring that can be. Getting things done will be easier if you have a healthy routine in place. It doesn't mean doing the same thing every day, but rather doing it at the same time, in a similar way. Figuring out how to create a daily routine that works for you, and how to stick to it, can take some time. Remember, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Number 4. Set deadlines. Your commitment to getting stuff done will increase if you have someone else to hold you accountable. When you're only accountable to yourself, you won't have anyone to set you straight when you find yourself saying, "I'll do it later." By establishing deadlines, all the moving parts are forced to work together to accomplish the task. The goal of setting deadlines is to measure progress. When a deadline is set, progress can be measured objectively. You are either on track to meet the deadline or on track to miss the deadline. Number 5. Learn to delegate. It is impossible to overstate how important teamwork is at work. It is not necessary for you to do everything on your own when you have a team by your side. This saves time and effort. For it to be effective, you must first learn how to delegate. You tell others what to do. It seems simple at first. But any team leader and manager know that things aren't that simple in reality. Making sure the right tasks are delegated to the right people is a great responsibility that can make the difference between a smooth-running project and a hassle. It can backfire if you assign the wrong person to the task, resulting in more work for you. It is for this reason that you should first get to know your team. Each member of the team brings a unique set of skills and abilities to the table. Find out what those are, and how to make them work in your favor. Number 6. Reward yourself. In addition to the satisfaction of crossing something off your to-do list, when you complete a task, you can reward yourself. A positive reward prompts your brain to produce positive feelings, resulting in the realization that your efforts were rewarded. By doing this continuously, your brain will start to link pleasure to accomplishing the task or objective and move towards it in the future. When you have your priorities sorted out and develop a routine, all you need to do is keep things moving along. Put aside your worries about things you can't control, delegate tasks, and remove distraction from your environment. Be disciplined and control your schedule. Lastly, do not forget to come back and tell us how it works. This concludes the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do you think you know how to get things done and be more productive? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box below. Remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Make sure you also click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos immediately. Till the next video, bye for now.